Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Monday, March 11th, 2024. Welcome to day 1147. Biden proposed a $7.3 trillion budget for the next fiscal year that would raise taxes on high earners and corporations in order to keep Social Security and Medicaid from hitting insolvency within the next decade. The budget also calls for restoring the expanded child tax credit, fully funding nutrition assistance for women, infants, and children through the WIC or WIC program, and allowing Medicare to negotiate more aggressively to bring down the cost of prescription drugs. Biden's budget would cut the deficit by $3 trillion over the next 10 years through changes to the tax code that target the ultra-wealthy and cuts to wasteful subsidies. The budget would also raise taxes by a net total of $4.9 trillion, more than 7% above what the government would collect without any policy changes. The plan, however, stands almost no chance of becoming law, given that Republicans control the House and have been unable to pass a budget for the current fiscal year, which began October 1st. Meanwhile, Trump suggested that he's open to cutting Social Security and Medicare, but later backtracked and claimed he was talking about cutting waste. In an interview, Trump, when asked how he'd resolve the long-term solvency problems of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, said that there was a lot you can do in terms of entitlements, in terms of cutting, and in terms of also the theft and the bad management of entitlements, tremendous bad management of entitlements. Biden immediately seized on the comments, saying, "Not on my watch." He later added, "Many of my Republican friends want to put Social Security and Medicare back on the chopping block again. Many of them are trying to cut Social Security and Medicare or raise the retirement age again. I will stop them." Social Security is projected to be solvent through the year 2034, while Medicare is projected to be solvent through 2028. After that, benefits will face automatic cuts without policy changes to add revenue or reduce spending. Moving on, Trump posted a $91.6 million bond to appeal the $83.3 million judgment against him in E. Jean Carroll's defamation case. In January, a federal jury awarded Carroll $83.3 million in damages for Trump's defamatory statements denying that he raped her, saying she wasn't his type and accusing her of making up the allegation. The bond prevents Carroll from collecting her judgment while Trump appeals the defamation verdict. After posting his bond, Trump again denied Carroll's rape and defamation claims against him, saying that she is not a believable person. Carroll's attorney, meanwhile, said she was considering a third defamation lawsuit against Trump. Meanwhile, Trump also asked to postpone his New York State hush money trial until the Supreme Court rules on whether presidential immunity protects him from criminal prosecution. Trump has been charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records tied to a hush money payment to Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign. The trial is scheduled to begin on March 25th. And finally, the Republican National Committee voted to install a new leadership team that was handpicked by Trump, completing Trump's takeover of the National Party. Michael Whately, a North Carolina Republican and supporter of Trump's baseless claims of voter fraud in the 2020 election, was elected the party's new national chairman. And Trump's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, was also voted in as co-chair. The newly installed leadership team began the process of pushing out dozens of staffers and other officials.
That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.